You want to talk about Woodstock or you want to wait?
It's up to you. I would like
All
to
right, Gary has thoughts about this Woodstock that maybe we shouldn't do it.
Why?
Well, because and Scott Isaac is going to come in. We had this meeting with a guy the other day, and I found out like what the whole setup is. And if we go up there, it's just going to be really hard to get a show out of it. Like, it'll be a great concert to watch.
Right.
But, like, for instance, there's 2 stages.
Okay.
They're a mile and a half away from each other.
Right.
And then there's like an artist compound where the artists are, which is like a mile away from all of those. So there's no one area where you could be in where you're going to sort of have access to everyone. And even if we're up there on a Saturday, we only have access to maybe whoever's on for those 4 or 5 hours. And if we're only, say, behind one stage, then we only have access to half of that. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And but do you think we're going to Woodstock to talk to the bands, or are we going to Woodstock to, like, just be part of it and talk to the people?
Well, we could talk to the people, but we'd probably end up being, like, behind one of the stages.
You're thinking it might be kind of stupid?
Well, it's a crapshoot. Whether you think there's a 4-hour show in front of the people.
I think the point is it's fun to go to, or we're going to get the best programming out of it. I mean, that's my point.
Well, you guys are bumming me out then. I was all psyched up.
Yeah.
But you might be right.
In terms of celebrities, I don't think you're going to see much.
I don't know that I was going there for celebrities. Plus, I wanted to get up on stage and perform.
Well, you still should. I mean, you should still go. You know, because I know you want to go to watch it.
Yeah, but I can't go unless I have
a reason
to go.
Why?
Why not?
I'm married.
Well, I'm going.
You're going?
I'm going no matter what.
You are going?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going if we do a show, and if we don't do a show, I'm still going.
Really? You're allowed?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, he'll have trade-offs, and then he'll...
Yeah, right. Don't you have to babysit for a month or something?
No, please.
Yeah, I mean...
It'll be painful when I get back.
Right.
Painful.
Don't come back.
There you go.
Disappear.
And you know what the funny thing is? I always present it to my wife in the best possible
Isn't it
scenario.
silly that we have to present stuff?
No, it's the best possible scenario.
Like
it's nuts.
What you do for work.
Like, Robin, in other words, let me understand your life. If you want to go to Woodstock, you just go.
I just go.
And you don't ask anybody. Right.
Not anymore, even now.
No.
Now that you have somebody that's important
And nobody
to you.
has asked me anything either.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
But Howard, that's a tough proposal for you to go to Woodstock. I mean, you're in this business.
Yeah, it's good for the show.
That doesn't seem outrageous for you to want to go up there.
It's nice. Listen to Hines again. Did you just get a divorce?
I wasn't talking like that 2 years ago.
Listen to this guy. This is a guy who used to come here and get beeped by his wife every 5 minutes.
He didn't come on this show last year and said, I'm thinking of going to Woodstock. His beeper would have gone.
You're right. You're not going to Woodstock. You've got responsibilities.
He had it worse than me, and I have 2 kids.
Right.
He had no kids.
You had nothing going on.
Nothing.
This guy got the quickest divorce I ever saw. My head's still spinning.
Movie star or something, the way he got married and divorced.
I know.
He did a U-turn on the
aisle. Would you ever get married again?
I'd have to give it serious thought.
Yeah, I would hope so. I'd have to give it serious thought. I guess the last time you didn't. See, I was having this conversation about Scott the other day, and someone said to me, he's already gearing up to get married again.
He's already married, yes.
And someone bet me, like, he's got this girlfriend now, and they were saying, someone wanted to bet me $1,000 that Scott's going to marry this girl, and I said, no way he's doing that, but I just said, Scott's kind of dopey. No, I didn't bet.
Good.
I didn't bet. I don't want to bet.
I'm not thinking on those terms at all. Seriously.
You're not going to marry this
He's
girl.
not.
Yeah, she is.
The guy's never the one thinking that way.
Right.
Scott.
No, it's not like that at all.
I have to talk about it. I'm not getting any younger.
Why don't you just reactivate that beeper, dude? Yeah, man, I'm thinking of going to Woodstock. Beep, 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 beep.
You know, I have to say, I was out with Scott's girlfriend, and they're definitely in the really digging each other, no nagging phase.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
the best.
It's just great right now.
Yeah, that's the phase you go, man, I could be married to this girl because it's no big deal. We have a great time together.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
He should wear a beeper, and we should take turns calling her once in a while, just to remind her.
That'll keep him out of it, huh?
See, if we're going to Woodstock to do a show, that's different. We're going to Woodstock for me to just hang out.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll perform. Would that get you up there?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, what is that for?
No, but seriously, for the sake of the show, don't you think it would be fun to talk about? It's going to be a major event.
I don't know. What you guys are saying is, after scoping things out, you're saying don't go.
Well, I'm saying that the odds are that you're just going to talk to people
Well,
in
let
the
me
crowd.
ask a question.
And also,
and that can get kind of old.
It's going to be really hard for you guys to get up there. And it's going to be... It just sounds like...
It's hard to stay.
Hey, where's that guy's letter from Woodstock? You got that? Oh. Don't ever give me... Do you have another copy of it?
Don't ever give him things.
Right into the trunk.
Yeah,
I could come around and look for it. I know what it is.
Yeah, just spend an hour looking for a letter from a guy about Woodstock.
But what about
here it is.
maybe...
Yeah.
scheduling people to be there? I mean, is it possible to work with the artists and have them there?
Hey, is that microphone making just tons of noise all the time?
This thing?
Yeah. Oh. All right, let me turn that off.
It was making noise?
Yeah. Howard, you've been promoting Woodstock like it's the greatest thing ever. I just wanted to share with you my Woodstock 94 experience. Here's the setup. Me and 3 friends, one flew in from Atlanta with our tickets, $130. We were given parking passes. Our parking lot was like 30 miles from the concert. We got there at around 9 p.m. Friday. The lot's full. We have to go another lot around 20 miles away. We get there, and that lot's full. We have to go to a parking lot in Albany.
Oh, my goodness.
We get to SUNY Albany, where I graduated in 91 and never expected to be back. We got to that lot around 11, and there are thousands of other people. There we wait for a bus to take us a half a mile away, where we'll get another bus to take us to the concert. After waiting fruitlessly for a couple of hours to get on the bus, we walk the half mile with our backpacks and bags to the next lot, where we'll get a bus to get to the concert. We get there, and we find thousands of other people. It's about 2 a.m., 2 in the morning. At about 4 in the morning, the worst monsoon I was ever in struck. Finally, after fighting to the death, we get on the bus at 6 in the morning. At the concert by 7 a.m., all my stuff for the weekend soaking wet. Defeated, exhausted, we pitch our tent about 1 mile from the stage on a hill.
1 mile?
We try sleeping for about an hour when Joe Cocker starts singing. The nightmare continues. Porta potties are overflowing. Food unbearable. So sick, can't even drink. Try to watch the music. Go back to our tent by like 2 p.m. It takes like 3 hours to get across the park because of the mass of people. The tent is under piles of mud. Everything ruined. Raining again. Had enough. On the bus back to Albany by 3 p.m. Woodstock 94.
That's your perfect environment.
Well, that's exactly what I imagined it would be like.
There's a little more background. They were saying before the concert how strict they were going to be about alcohol. No alcohol or drugs. We stashed vodka and Southern Comfort in Scope and shampoo bottles. We get there, and people without tickets are walking in through the open gates with cases of beer on their head. I have to go back into therapy now after opening up these wounds again. It's pretty funny. Guy named Keith, one of our listeners. Woodstock 94.
Yeah, this is a concert. You know, drugs should be mandatory. This is horrible living conditions.
What do you mean I can't drink? I'm in mud.
The Albanian refugees are living
right. All right. So, okay, so we won't go.
No, you're determined now not to.
Yeah, I want to see the show. The show's going to be kick-ass. It's Metallica, Aerosmith, Alanis Morissette, Sugar Ray.
Everlast, Collective Soul.
I mean, that's one of the best concerts I've ever heard. I can't imagine. Wouldn't it be fun?
How does it go off? Does it go off one band after another? Or is there long setup?
No, there's 2 stages. That's the deal. They're like a mile and a half away from each other. So when one band plays, the other one's being set, and then it goes back and forth. The ping pong.
So you got to keep walking a mile and a half?
Well, if you're in the...
How does that work?
I'm not sure. I guess the best seat is in the middle.
Oh,
if you're in the front row of one stage, I guess you're in the back row of the other one.
Oh.
So the best seat is 3/4 of a mile away?
Who goes to these things?
I don't know. I think I'm staying home.
You know, it's funny.
I'll watch it on TV.
Scott and I are supposed to get...
That's the best seat.
Are they doing it on pay-per-view?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'll watch it.
Scott, and then they're doing a cut-down version on... broadcast TV like a week later.
Oh, really? All right, I'll watch that.
But Scott and I were saying, like, now I hope we're not going for sure, because if we are going, we're supposed to get on a plane on Saturday with the promoter. Yeah. I don't really want to be in a plane after this conversation. Well, a 6-seat plane we're getting on.
Well, I'm psyched up about Woodstock. I've never been excited about Woodstock before.
It's going to be a great show.
I didn't feel this way about the original Woodstock.
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
See, like, I really want to see it. I just don't know that it makes sense for us to do a broadcast from there, because there's also a lot of expense. You have to bring, you know, you're in the middle of nowhere, so you have to build everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, isn't the radio station doing all kinds of broadcasts from there?
Yeah, but they're going to, the reason why they're doing it is because they're broadcasting the music live.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that.
Yeah, Westwood One is broadcasting the whole concert
to our station. Oh, that's beautiful.
So they're not going up to do the interviews. They're going up to really do the broadcast, and then in between they might do...
So if that's the case, why don't we just do our show with the music and everything? That'd be cool. We could talk over the music.
There's a whole different thing going on with that.
That affects me.
Well, not only that, but it affects us also, because in other words...
Right.
I don't care if it affects television, so we won't have it on television.
We're in markets where a competing station has bought the rights to Woodstock to broadcast it.
So then we can do that.
Right.
Well, then forget it. If I can't talk over the music and stuff... Like, that'd be cool. Like,
yeah, but even if you did that, you'd only be doing that for 3 hours. You might talk over 2 bands.
Yeah, but so what? Then you talk to people. I mean, you know me. I always find stuff to do. Then I go up and perform. That'll take an hour. People are going to want to hear me on stage and my preparation and my rehearsals with my band. Everyone's going to want to be there for every detail of it.
Yeah, if you put together a super group, there's some guests.
Yeah, I'm going to be jamming with a super group.
That's 4 hours worth right there.
Yeah. Well,
because they were saying, like, even where there's, like, this artist compound, they're going to take a van right to the backstage area 5 minutes before they go on.
So let's do it from the artist compound.
Then we're a mile and a half away from a crowd.
So what?
So but we're there for 4 hours. We're only talking to 4 hours worth of artists. They're saying the artists.
But the artist compound will have lots of people milling around, all kind of groupies.
Yeah, they fan them out.
In other words,
I don't know. This is crazy.
Well, you know, I mean, maybe there's a way of, you know, having people come just to do interviews because they're going to be performing there.
But what I'm saying is, if somebody's performing on Friday night, that's it. They're in and they're out. They're gone.
Yeah, they're going.
And if somebody's performing on Sunday, they're not in on Saturday.
Oh.
I'm not hearing any positives here.
We're just presenting what it is.
This presentation would make me jump out a window if I was going there.
Presenting not going.
Yeah.
Is what you're presenting.
Well, is there anything positive going on there?
The only way to do it would be to go there for the full 3 days and tape 3 days and somehow telescope it down to a show.
Oh, I don't believe that. You know what? Come to think of it, what do you know? You're from Adelphi. What do you really know?
He went to...
What am I having him scope it out?
Well, that's why I brought Scott in here. I knew you'd think I was an idiot.
You're pretty sure
you respect him. You
have
have zero respect for me.
Right. I have respect for Scott.
Scott has his problems, but...
He has good judgment. His sound judgment. Wow, his lips are twitching. All right, I'm just kidding.
No, I knew. I was just thinking about what would be if Scott weren't here.
All right.
Where this would be going.
All right. Okay, so let me think about it.
Okay.
All right.
When will you make your decision?
I don't know. Based on this conversation, I'd be an idiot to go. I mean, there isn't one positive thing. He said there'll be no one to talk to. We'll be nowhere near a stage.
We can't play the music.
We can't play any music. So why don't I just sit here?
Watch it on paper.
I mean, why would a guy, after a presentation like that, have any reason to go to Woodstock?
To talk to all the girls on acid with their tops off.
No, that's...
That would be it.
You're so dopey.
No, I'm just saying we'd be talking to people in the crowd.
All right. Yeah, Mike, go ahead.
Hey.
Dude.
Howard.
What?
What's up? I worked at the 94 Woodstock, and I heard you guys talking about it, and you neglected to talk. There's going to be a press tent set up there where they bring from the artist compound all the artists down to interview them for the press. You guys could set up right there and interview everybody.
Oh, yeah?
And it was really, they brought everybody down.
I don't know, Baba Booey was just in here during the commercials. Of course, it was hard to make out what he was saying because I'm passing out from the heat. we put an all-new air conditioning system, and it's completely worthless.
So effective.
Mm-hmm.
Are you dying today? Oh, my God. I mean, I walk out of here. Yesterday, I couldn't.
Yesterday, that's why you were so tired.
I yawned through the whole show. I can't keep my eyes open.
Maybe the budget only allows us to put it on Monday.
Casey, can you bring me water? I'm dehydrating.
Water boy.
Seriously. Oh. And then yesterday they say to me, well, that's because you had people wrestling in here. That's right. I said, no. The day before we had nobody wrestling. It was hot. I got the thing turned down to 0.
We thought it was the extra lights yesterday.
So I said to the company, I said, listen, you're giving Brian Gumbel a $35 million studio for a show that makes no money.
Right.
I said, that will be gone in 2 years. You'll be firing him. I said, can you give me a studio with high ceilings so the lamps aren't on top of my head? No.
They didn't even go away and think about it?
I said, you're getting $25,000 a minute for a commercial. Do you think I could just get a little air in here? Why do I have to be stuck in this building?
Yeah, why can't we have a studio with glass windows so people can stare at us?
Yeah, we want that. I'd love to be in a glass studio. People love us. They'd love to see us.
I would love to.
Somehow I know Brian Gumbel won't be complaining about the temperature, because if he complains once, all hell will break loose. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Gary was in here talking about Woodstock, and I don't know, he's just again being very negative, so.
Yeah, they had all the press there 5 years ago. It was right there, and they brought everybody down. They had a whole schedule, what time they were going to be there.
Right.
And they had all the press from throughout the country in there, and they set them up with interviews. And you guys...
I know, but Gary made a good point. He says, so, hey, you want to be interviewing Bush? I mean, you've interviewed him already. He says, you want to be interviewing...
Talk about, like, Korn, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, well, I think those guys are good, yeah?
Yeah, but, I mean, I think Korn's a great band, but to interview him?
I don't know, but maybe...
We haven't done
it's what the kids listen to these days.
But maybe it would be... I don't care what kids listen to. But the thing, you talk to one band, you talk to them all. How many girls they banged and blah, 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 blah.
Like I said, if we end up there and in our 4 hours, we get to talk to Creed, Bush, and Dave Matthews.
See, the only good bands to interview would be like bands that would come on and tell you what they really do.
Rusted Room would be a good band to...
Like who they're screwing. Like even when you interview Kiss, and those guys have banged more chicks than anyone, then you go to Gene Simmons. So how is it banging Cher? She's a lady. I don't want to talk about it.
She's a great lady.
She's a great lady. I don't talk about it. It's like,
Oh, dude, Howard.
I thought you're a rock star.
I love Diana Ross.
Yeah. I go, well, what was it like to bang Diana Ross?
I have a lot of respect for her.
Yeah. It's like, well...
She's a great lady, too.
Yeah, and I like those guys and everything. I know what they're about, but...
So, Gene, tell us about all the pictures. Oh, no.
No. I understand. Every woman you banged, you took naked pictures of. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Well, ha, 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 ha. And then you get a hold of these other bands. And the only guy who, to be honest with you, is the guy from Sugar Ray, that guy Mark.
Yeah. Well, also the guy from Limp Bizkit is good.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, I would, but he probably doesn't bang anybody good anyway, the guy from Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, he just bangs prostitutes.
Right, yeah. And he's fun. He tells you, he says, I can't even get laid.
Yeah, I hire prostitutes and they don't lay me.
He said, ho.
Yeah, Sugar Ray's cool. He was a great guest when you had him on.
Yeah, Mark McGrath.
And then there's like 2 people on this list that I think I'd like to interview, and I'm pretty sure won't even talk to them.
Like who?
Jewel and Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, I know. Jewel's got a bug up her ass. What?
They'll be like Julia Roberts. They want to talk about anything.
Yeah. I like Julia Roberts. At least she came in here.
You didn't ask her about the hairy armpits.
Yes, I did. You didn't hear the interview then.
I must have missed that part.
I asked it all. And I said...
And then you got...
I see OJ.
She thought she was Hester Prynne. She thought she was Puritan. She wouldn't talk about anything.
Yeah, well, at least she was here.
I know.
Yeah.
That was cool.
The others won't even show up.
Right.
Wait till you see it.
See what?
She was pretty good last night.
TV.
Yeah.
Law and Order.
All right, anyway, so that's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
F. Jackie, F. Doug Goodstein, and F. Andrew Fasciano.
All right, thank you. I don't know who that is, but whatever. Obviously, you got a gripe. Oh, it's so hot in here, I'm going to die. You don't know how hot I am right now.
They fixed the air conditioning so much that they can't do anything about it when it gets this hot.
Can't you get a fire hydrant here so we can, like black children in Harlem, we can run through the fire hydrant?
And you
Hold yourself down.
Yeah.
And now we're getting like a Letterman reputation because our green room is so cold.
That's where the air conditioning is.
Freezing.
Right.
In the green room. Like Danny from Danny's Hard Drive.
Yeah.
She's like shivering.
I know. Because I have the air conditioning so low.
You know, I'm now thinking that maybe we should pick up those personal air conditioners from Sharper Image. You put them around your neck to cool you off.
You know what it is? We do. The reality is that the radio station wants to act like I don't do a TV show. But I do a TV show. And I said this to them.
Great radio studio.
And they knew it when we were moving. I said, the only prerequisite I have is I need high ceilings. The lamps are on top of my head. This is like being a French fry.
Well, the best part is it's not like you went to them. They came to you and they said, what do you need?
Yeah. So then we came here. The first day I said to Tom, I don't think this is good. The ceilings are too... Well, this is where we're moving. I said, well, then why did you bother asking me? Oh, don't worry, we'll air condition it. Now when I say to him, listen, we got to leave, he goes, that's because of TV. Radio is fine. Let TV pay for it if they have to build a new studio.
What temperature do you want it to be?
And I go, Tom, wait a second. From the beginning, I told you... It's like talking to... I got to say, it's like talking to an idiot. I go, it's not just a radio show. It is a TV show, and you're involved, and you were involved in the selection of the studio, and I told you at that time it wasn't right. That we, let's stop. Like Tom will say to me, I'll say, Tom, I want to go on a remote. Where do you want to go?
Who's paying for this?
You're right. And I'll go, well, Tom, what if we only had New York? You'd still have to pay for it. Why are you worried about the other radio stations? Why do they get the benefits why are you going to California? Let the California station pay for it.
Well, somebody brought
I go, well, Tom, I used to go to California all the time when I was only on in New York. Since going back to NBC. I think they should pay for it. So it's like, I can't take it anymore. I'm dying from the heat. The studio is completely wrong for television. Do you understand anything I'm saying?
The bigger we get, the worse it gets.
I didn't hear most of it.
Really, I don't mean to complain, but it's so hot in here, I'm woozy.
Bunch of money.
I know.
Fixing the air conditioning.
Who paid for it?
We all split it. It was divided among the group.
Tom, here's the problem. I'm going to explain it again. You could put us in Alaska. If you got French fry lights on top of us, look at the size of these lights.
They had added.
What did I tell you when we moved in here? What was the one thing I needed? High ceilings.
No, I remember one thing you needed was more room on the left-hand side so that people could get in that wing that we
But high ceilings were also...
Do you remember high ceiling? No. You don't remember?
No.
That's a lie.
I remember the meeting.
Yeah. How about 20 meetings about high ceilings?
But I was in one where we all sat around together, and Scott said, we need this much clearance.
I know.
I do remember that meeting.
Of course. We had a million meetings. And then when I came here the first day, I said, where's the high ceilings? Tom said, this is the building we chose.
There are no high ceilings. Erased that 18 minutes.
So when are we going to face up that we're in business long term?
No question.
We need a studio that supports TV and radio. And the time has come for me to leave the building. Or to buy the floor above us so we can have some ceiling height.
We own the floor above us.
We own the floor
What?
It's only salespeople above
Knock
us.
the ceiling out.
Oh, they can work out of their homes. They don't need to be here.
They can work in Tom's office. He got a lot of room.
All we have to do is eliminate Tom's office.
Exactly. And he doesn't use it.
What is above us?
Us.
Yeah.
Get rid of the conference room.
Oh, that's for sure. Nobody uses it. Who wants to have a conference?
I thought the AC was working fine.
No.
Yeah, it was. During the winter.
No.
Now it's getting warm outside. It was working for a few days.
Well, it'll be nice and warm when
The temperature has heated up outside. We've gone up at least 20 degrees outside, as opposed to when we were using it before. Ever since the outside temperature went up.
Even I can grasp that.
All right.
Thank you.
July's around the corner.
Do you know this studio is directly below Tom's office, I've been told?
Yes.
That all we'd have to do is move Tom out of his office.
The ceiling, and we're in Tom's office.
Right. And you know that Tom's office has no need to be there?
No, you're right.
It really doesn't.
Absolutely not.
What do you do in
Like
there?
on an island, that big desk, sitting
could
in
play
the middle of that big
racquetball.
room.
Yeah.
That's putting green.
It's putting green.
You know what's funny? When you go into Tom's office, it's the coolest thing. Tom's got like a lot of big plants, and I love when I go in there and I watch Tom watering his plants.
Right.
Giant plants over there.
And no one else can do that. The secretary can't do it.
It's a nursery.
He seems to enjoy it.
I enjoy it. I want a garden. Imagine a guy's not that busy that he can garden in his office.
Greenhouse, can I help you?
I don't garden.
Tom's greenhouse.
Fertilizer.
Wow. Do you really water your plants up there?
They'll die if they don't get water, right?
Don't you have a secretary that can do that?
When I was gone,
Yeah.
they all died.
Oh, did they really?
Oh, yeah, every one of them.
You know your secretary. You think she's going to do...
Denise?
You think she's going to water his plants?
Well, you fire her if she doesn't.
I'm not watering plants.
It's not my job description.
I got a tough enough time with Moya. You think I'm going to water your plant?
And I'm not even sure it's okay to call somebody a secretary anymore.
Whatever.
You have to call them
They're flight attendants.
executive assistant.
Hey, everybody wake up. You're secretaries. You know what I mean? All your fancy titles.
By any other name.
Right.
I will find out today.
Hey, tomorrow's show, let's hope the air conditioning's working. Dana Plato is going to be here. This is our first interview since getting lost in New York. That's right. This is an exclusive.
Do we know where she was?
No one knows.
You really know she's going to show up.
Also, Playboy Playmate of the Year, Tom, Heather Kozar.
I'll be here for that.
Right.
Howard, I have to tell you a really funny thing. I just remembered it. I got a call from, I don't know if it was Entertainment Tonight or, Inside Edition, one of those shows. They were checking on the rumor that it wasn't really Debbie Matenopoulos here, but a female impersonator.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Looked like Debbie to me.
And we thought that, maybe Debbie thought her appearance went so bad that
It wasn't her.
That was a man.
That was a man, baby.
No, that was Debbie Matenopoulos, for anybody paying attention.
Man, baby!
Are we done with that?
Well, I guess the air conditioning just will never be solved.
No, it's got to be.
No, it won't be. I'm going to have another summer of headaches.
Another unit, Tom?
This is terrible. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to make it right.
What if we move?
Where do you want to go?
Anywhere where there's a high ceiling. Where do you want to go? Okay, I'll pick out a building.
It's always up to you.
To a different climate.
Don't we work for a television company now? Don't they have a studio and a spare studio laying around anywhere?
Let's take that one Gumbel's taking.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Or the one, remember Gumbel had a huge office.
What was that?
There'd be no glass. I know there's no glass around here.
Right.
Well, no, you don't want glass.
I don't.
People looking at you.
I sure do.
We'll get curtains.
We could put a curtain if we don't want them to look.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to to look out on the street.
They do that in the Today Show.
I would do that.
In the movie, didn't you have curtains put up from the NBC? When
That was the charge for the View.
Yeah, that was because they were doing an NBC tour, and I said, why should they get paid to show me? Basically, I was the most exciting thing on the tour. So I put up curtains. I said, hey, give me a cut of the profits. Then you'll open the curtains. You're going to show me like I'm some kind of zoo animal.
Uh-oh, you just gave Tom an idea.
I'll start a tour. I'll tell you what, buddy. I'll make you a...
I met the
Wait a second.
I met the girl who played that tour director.
Fascinating. Any other small talk you want to make while I talk to millions of people?
I'm going to see a comedy this weekend.
There's a bullet.
Very
Tom, what I make you a deal? We start a tour. Now listen to this. I'm going to give you side business because we don't make enough money here. I'll give you side business.
There you go.
We start a tour. All right?
Yep.
Cut the spot.
What do you want to charge for tour? $5? People can walk in and take a look at me.
5?
Yeah.
You're the king of all media.
All right, $10.
$5 a head.
You can
$5 a head.
1995.
You can make it up on the concession.
Yeah, and children under 48 inches get in free. All right?
Have a little yardstick.
$50 to touch me.
Set up miniature golf in his office.
$100 to feed me. All right? So the thing is that just do a tour and then take the money and buy some more air conditioning or move us to a different studio. All right?
Okay, done deal.
And you'll make money.
Okay, done deal.
I'm all for that.
Me too.
Thank you. All right, that's Tom, our general manager.
He didn't hear one word.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm so woozy.
I
tell you, I walked out of here yesterday. I couldn't keep my eyes open. It's so hot in here. I've never seen working conditions like this. I swear, Kathy Lee Gifford's slave labor gets better conditions.
Those poor Guatemalans?
Mm-hmm. Why don't you open a miniature golf course in your office and charge for that?
Give lessons.
Have a little windmill.
Jackie, next time you need a favor, don't ask.
Cardboard golf clubs.
Right.
All right, let me talk to you about. You think I should go to Woodstock or not?
Who's paying?
I already had that conversation. We,
All right.
You know, we certainly would get a sponsor who would want to be involved.
Oh.
Ass and buck.
No.
Well, should we go, Tom?
Yeah.
We should go?
I think so.
All right, that's Tom's vote. No, let's not go.